It's time for the Ericaism of the day. So, if you caught the tease earlier, I was doing an interview and there was this man that was talking about preachers, and preachers do this, and how could you get up over a church, and how could you say this, and how could you do that? And let me first preface this by saying I'm not making excuses for anybody, and does not apply to everybody. But what I do know, that we as people, as human beings, we are the sum total of what we've been through. What you've experienced what you have experienced in life determines your outlook, your viewpoint, and how you handle things, right? So if you say you have a pastor who was never really valued in his life, maybe he didn't have a good upbringing, he didn't have a mentor, he wasn't poured into. People like that are sometimes they have a desire to be seen. And so what they do is they exhort their authority in a way that makes them feel like, yes, now I'm something. That becomes abusive sometimes to the members of their church because of what they've been through. I believe people in leadership definitely need to go to therapy and definitely need to have a good circle of accountability, that you don't project your hurt or your pain or even your experience on other people, because everybody's different. So if you grew up in a good home and everything was fine, you automatically feel so out of sorts if you meet somebody who doesn't come from a family like that. What? Your mama did what? Your daddy did what? We all have different experiences, and that's okay. Here's the message that I want you to get. You can use your experiences as a few things. It can be a weapon, it can be a tool, or it can be jail for you. You can use it to hold you hostage because that's what I've been through, and you don't understand because this is what I've been through. Or you can use it as a weapon. You attack other people because you've been so hurt and broken by your past. Or you can use what you've been through as a tool to grow, to help other people. Here's what I experienced. Here's how I came out of it. Here's how I dealt with it. Listen, we all got stuff that we dealt with, but you don't have to be held hostage to what you went through. That doesn't mean that that's how you have to stay for the rest of your life. I knew that because my family was poor, I knew that's not what I wanted for my life. I knew that I had to work hard, I had to educate myself, and I had to push, that I could not make excuses based on what I experienced. I'm not minimizing what you've gone through. I'm not minimizing if you've dealt with someone who was abusive in that way because of what they've gone through. I ain't gonna let nobody do this to me. I ain't gonna let nobody do this to me, because you were hurt in life. And so now you live your life with your fists up. Put your fist down. If you're not going through it anymore, put your fist down. And just understand that you went through that, but you're not going through it now. And so you don't have to live on defense and treat everybody around you because you're trying to prevent what happened a long time ago. Free yourself, free your mind, and actually get into a place of peace, right? About where you are now, especially if you're grown and you're over it and you're better and that situation is past. Get into a place of peace, but be honest with yourself with how you feel. If you are a bitter person because something happened, if you're fearful, or, if you are skeptical because something happened, you don't have to stay that way. You can get to a place of being optimistic and sometimes even being hope-filled and joy-filled. Don't let life hold you hostage. Don't let life make you afraid. And even when you encounter people that are that way, maybe because of what they've been through, make sure you extend a little grace. Maybe you know a leader, a choir director, or somebody that's a little bossy. You don't know what they've gone through. Extend a little grace. Give them a little bit of your confidence so they operate and handle people differently, right? I think we can all help one another in life, that we don't have to beat up each other and put a label on some person. This person is like this and this person is like that. We can all be what God has called us to be, but we got to help one another, all right? That's my Ericaism for the day. Love you, and I mean it, good people.